Changing your instructional practices is hard. In the words of our friend Karen Ward from AALF, it's stinking complex work. But we have to know that we have to change. There are a few guidelines that you should follow when you're thinking about what to change and how to change. First and foremost, you have to be pedagogically strong before you can understand the need for change. If you don't understand this, it's difficult to understand why you need to change instructional practices. Second of all, you can't wait for every condition to be right before you change. You can't sit on the sidelines, and you can't put up the roadblocks to change and use that as a reason for not changing. We're innovative, and we want you to be innovative. And so we challenge you to push beyond those barriers and begin the change process. Thirdly, you need to set goals for yourself for how you'll change instruction based on your students and your student learning outcomes. You know your students and your content, and therefore your student learning outcomes better than anyone. Knowing all that gives you the tools for change. And finally, you need to know when and where to ask for help. You should always empower yourself by pushing yourself outside your comfort zone and challenging yourself to go seek out the help yourself. We are here to support you, as are your colleagues and your peer tech coaches or your instructional coaches and your administrators. But you have to know when and where to ask for help. Don't wait until you're past the point of frustration or you've shut down, and don't wait until it's an emergency. Planning ahead for change is something that's going to help you in the long run. So what I'd like to address are two of the 4 C's in student collaboration and communication using Gaggle and Dino. First of all, in Gaggle blogs and discussion boards are wonderful tools to use for student communication and collaboration, all within the tool. Every teacher and student has a blog. They can post to their blogs, and students can post comments to student blogs. A discussion board, on the other hand, is set up in each class. So for each class you have a discussion board that you would set up, and then your students would log into your class to see what their assignment is for their discussion board. The great thing about having these 2 tools within Gaggle is that they're all right there in one place for the students to go, in one place for you to go, so that when you turn around and go back to view these later, maybe for a grade and maybe just for a formative assessment on student learning, they're all right here within Gaggle. In Dino Cloud, you have the ability for your students to be able to share their screen. You can pass the chalk to them. You can check their status for understanding, and also give a quiz, either a quiz that you've set up ahead of time or the one that you've created on the fly. Now, while that's not collaborating within the tool itself, these tools allow you to have student collaboration and communication as a starter here within Dino Cloud. If you have not yet jumped into any of these tools in Gaggle or Dino Cloud, I would make it a priority to do so. It doesn't have to be your entire lesson. It can be part of the lesson, and then you can use that to begin to change. Next, let's talk about our SAMR walkthroughs. We're doing SAMR walkthroughs at the middle school and high school and sending you the feedback when we're done with our walkthroughs. Please look at the feedback provided in the walkthroughs and use this to see how you can guide your instruction for change. Finally, a site to check out, making the most of your Google Calendar. Some of you have told me that you're using your Google Calendar to share information with your families and your students more and more. This link here will provide you with some information on how to make your Google Calendar more detailed so that you're making the most of your Google Calendar. I hope you have a great week and keep with the instruction and change, and we're here to support you along the way.